welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way, every single time I'm not sure there's sound.
It doesn't have sound?
You'll be alerted to it.
Because it says we have sound.
Can you guys hear us?
Guys, give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
Give us a thumbs up. We're not sure.
Okay.
Rachel is the Mad Hatter. Yes.
Can I have a thumbs up if you can hear us? Because Chris just called and said we have no sound.
Can you hear us?
I'm waiting for...
No one's saying. Can you go to YouTube?
I would feel like somebody would be saying no sound by now.
Right. I'm not sure.
Hi all.
Love the hat. Hear you loud
Thumbs
and clear.
Up.
Okay, awesome. Yay.
So something's wrong with Chris.
That's okay.
Maybe his ears don't work anymore. That's what happens when you have 6 kids.
That is rare because usually he's absolutely on point.
Yeah.
And like I pivot everything based on Chris Bear and like what he says because that man is brilliant.
So okay, cool. Welcome to our Thursday live stream. Our Thursday live streams are a chance for us to just connect with our community, answer questions and comments about keto, carnivore, or pretty much anything within reason. If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. The best way to do it is you can put @ Two Crazy Ketos. That's what we're going to look for. Or you can use the super chat function, which we greatly appreciate. That's the little $sign that's in the chat window. And you make a little donation to the channel, and that helps pay for us going on trips, going to conferences.
Yes.
And it also highlights our screen and lets us know you have a question. Okay, what is this?
Well, this is everything. I had some things that didn't make the suitcase. Like, is there anybody else that's packing for the cruise right now?
I'm still packing.
You're having to make some hard choices. Like, I know I've packed too much already, but there's at some point, there's like a cutoff that even I know it's getting
way too much.
Inappropriate. So I was like, okay, I like sundresses. How many sundresses are too many sundresses? Like, I don't know, but I thought, okay, this one's staying home. I was very excited about the 1920s night that we're going to have. And then, I mean, I even got like an elaborate like wrap that I thought would be really cool over my like sequined dress. But then when it came to packing it, it just takes up way too much space. And I need that space for other sundresses and shoes.
I just hope, like, so far as I can tell, your suitcases are at like 49 pounds. You're limited to 50. So there's a chance you're going to be in the airport pulling stuff out and throwing it in the garbage. I just hope you know that.
And I don't know how much things weigh. Like, I don't know. Like, if they say to you, you're over by 2 pounds, what is that? What does that even mean? Like, where do you begin? Do you, like, okay, if you're in a situation where you can only have a certain amount of packing and someone says, quick, you've got to get rid of 2 pounds, what do you do?
Your shoes.
Your shoes first. I feel like I'm going to go underwear first.
Your underwear is not going to weigh anything.
Well, I still need pants, though. Like,
all
I
know
need
is
shoes. What do you get rid of first?
And I'm like, listen, I picked 2 of the 3 pants. She's like, why can't you bring 5?
Why can't you bring 5?
Because I only need 2.
They're like very lightweight, quick dry pants.
Dive gear is more important.
Like, the underwear has to weigh less than those pants.
You can always go commando.
They're making quick dry pants that are so light. It is like, it's not taking up room.
Enough.
This is not like dad cargo pants. Like, are you kind of glad that season has passed?
I like dad cargo pants.
The dad cargo pants, though, weighed like 25 pounds a piece.
I took those out.
Now we're moving in the direction of still has a zipper, right? You still need zippers for things.
Nobody cares about this.
But now they're building in zippers into basically like pants that are made like a swimsuit, a
Yeah.
swim trunk.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Okay, let's get into the live stream. We've
Teresa
got a
says
bunch of
layers.
questions.
Layers is key.
She's gonna have to layer on the airplane. That's what I know. She's gonna have to layer everything. She's gonna be in the airport taking stuff out. And it's weird because we are like leaving on a later flight. Normally we're on like a 5 or 6 a.m. flight. Tomorrow flight's not till 11 o'clock.
I feel like it's instantly on vacation.
Right.
I think it's because we had no idea ahead of time. But it so happens that our normal ride to the airport is on a trip of his own. And so Anthony's not here. So the person that's got to take us to the airport is mommy, my mom.
God help us all.
I think, no, God help her. Because dealing with us in the morning. But like, what is interesting is like, okay, she's got to do it. But it's the one time we don't have to get up at the butt crack of dawn.
Yeah, the only thing is like your mom can't stand dealing with me because I'm like, flight's at 11. I want to be there at like 9:30, 10, and she's like, I'll pick you up at 7.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I said to be here at 8, and then we'll pack the car, plan to leave here at 8:30, but you're driving the car.
Okay. Well, then we can leave at 9:30.
No.
Okay. Gary said, Joe, did you hear that McDonald's had a store underwater, and they are selling big mackerels?
Big mackerels. Nice. That'd be super cute.
Do you know that there is an underwater hotel in the Keys?
Do you have to?
It's like $2,500 a night.
Well, I mean, do you have to have like tanks to?
No. They bring you down.
Okay.
And then you're there, and they will bring you food and everything because you're like you're in a hotel. Your hotel room is underwater, surrounded by water.
I don't feel like I can handle that.
And then they bring you everything, and then they will bring. You can bring your cell phone, but if you want an iPad, they have because everything has to be brought down.
Underwater.
To underwater. So they have to like swim it down in special container and they bring you food and
you know what a sunken ship feels like?
I would
honestly
get on
a wreck.
Like, love to do something like that.
But you and you.
$2,500 a night is
you
a
and
bit
you,
much.
friends.
Joyce is here, said
hey,
hello,
Joyce.
my awesome 2KK family. Have a wonderful time on the ocean sea.
Or the open sea. When are you going to your mom's house? I know you've got an upcoming vacay planned. What are some people's summer plans? I was
diving.
I was getting my nails did today, and my toes because this was basically a public service when the lady pulls out like the cheese grater and she's like, "You want me to do your heels?" And I was like, "Yes, this is for everybody that's gonna have to be on a boat with me in like sandals or flip-flops." But everybody there was talking about their children getting out of school and like what were gonna be summer plans, what were they looking forward to, and what were they dreading.
Joe said getting ready to pack for the cruise. See, Joe's my kind of person.
There you go.
Like he's packing now. HLM, how low on carbs helped you lose fat? Okay, so when it comes to keto, there's no magic number. Generally, we say 20 to 30 total carbs is going to put you into ketosis, but a lot of it's going to depend on your body. What were you doing before? Were you like really severely calorie restricting before? So you may have to make things up and just change things and see how things go. When we coach people on keto, our general rule is keep your carbs as low as possible. We're not going to give you a number.
Right.
Because if I give you a number, you're going to want to hit that number.
And if
it's
you're
human
Rachel,
nature.
You'll exceed that number. You'll be like, if I give you 20, 25.
It was only 20, so what's the harm
30,
in 21, 22?
It's like an auction.
Yeah, so we always say keep it as low as possible. So that means one day it may be 5 or 10, one day it may be 25 or 30, and at the end of the week it's going to average out. The other thing is when you have a number, you tend to find things that may not help you on your journey. Instead of just having something like once in a while, like, oh my gosh, we did a review on the most amazing, hands down, best ever keto cookie from a very small mom and pop shop. Amazing.
Crazy good.
But if I give myself a number, I'm going to figure out how I can fit one of those cookies in every single day.
Yeah.
And one of those cookies is about 250 calories. I mean, they're about like 28 grams of fat. And honestly, I should be gravitating towards meat over eating one of those cookies every single day. So you want to keep it as low as possible. Some people can lose weight on 40 total carbs when they first get started, but eventually you have to kind of dial it in as as your body gets more and more fat adapted and you start the healing process. Because again, you are going to hit plateaus. Plateaus are inevitable on any diet, and that's why you don't want to slash your calories. That will really hurt you quickly.
I love it. Platte River Keto is here. Hey, howdy, hey, friend. And I see that there's somebody else in the chat that lives on the Platte River. I love that.
That's awesome.
I love when people kind of discover that they actually have keto friends they haven't met yet in their local proximity. It's so cool.
My life is a carnivore and more. Two crazy ketos. What are your thoughts on coffee? Just can't give it up. I put butter in it.
I drink coffee.
Coffee is life.
Yeah, we love coffee.
So listen, here's the thing. I have a rule, and my rule is you will never be perfect.
No.
Okay? Strive for perfection. No, you will never achieve it. The second anybody tells you I'm perfect in my eating, I eat a perfect lifestyle,
back up.
You need to run away from that person because either, number one, that person is just disillusioned and doesn't understand, or number two, they have a little bit of self-righteousness.
And that's going to be hard.
Nobody is
to
perfect.
Friends.
90% is good enough. What do I mean by that? You know, I'm not going to worry about, yes, okay, so some coffee may have some mold or mildew. Do the best you can. Buy fair trade coffee. You know, try to buy, if you can find it, organic coffee. But if I'm eliminating everything else in my life and there's like coffee, I'm okay with it. I mean, I still once in a while drink a Diet Coke. I'm going to tell you now.
Get out of here.
I will be drinking Diet Coke Zero on the cruise. That's my deal. When I go on a trip, I allow myself some of that kind of stuff. I don't go off of keto. I will not be off of keto on the cruise unless we somehow miraculously come through some phenomenal once-in-a-lifetime dessert that we will never, ever in our life have an opportunity to get again.
We haven't seen it yet.
And I might indulge in it, but I haven't seen that yet. And there's nothing that I can even think of right now that I can't come up with a keto alternative that would be worth putting my body through having that sugar. Recently, and we're talking about it in a vlog, so I don't really want to talk about it too much here, but recently, Rachel had 4 sips of a regular Coke by accident. They gave her the wrong one. And for an hour, she was like
awful.
Sick as a dog, had to pull over the car because she was like having just like strobes of light going on. I don't want to do that to myself.
Me neither. That doesn't sound like a vacation, right?
So caffeine has some benefits. Coffee has some benefits. And so I'm personally okay with having coffee, and we drink coffee every day. Now, sometimes we'll take a break because we can work ourselves up to a couple of pots a day.
Yeah.
And then all we do is we take a week off and then we bring it back. You know, and then eventually it ends up at a couple pots a day, and then we bring it back.
It's an ebb and flow.
Right. Carrie said, I don't see Rachel's scissors for a cutoff.
For a cutoff.
Let's see.
Too many sundresses. How many days is it?
7-day cruise. We'll be gone for 11 days, I guess. 10 days.
I shaved my legs for this. We shall be wearing the dresses. We shall be.
You will be.
And the shorts.
Okay.
And here's the thing, as we prep for that, that was probably the hard. My mom actually had to come over to help me pack to convince me it was okay to bring the shorts. Why? Because
you don't like your legs.
My legs, I'm so thankful for them. I'm thankful for my legs. But
I think they look great.
Thank you. As you were just saying, you'll never reach perfection.
That's right.
You just won't, right? So my legs it kind of looked like a balloon that's been blown up, overextended, and then, there's some wrinkly, jiggly stuff, okay?
So what?
So my normal reaction to this is I'll just wear jeans the whole time, right? Or I'll wear pants. It won't be a big deal. But I'm like, man, we're going to be out in the sun. I'm going to be like not wanting to be in jeans. I want to get, wet in the pool. I want to put my feet in the pool. I am going to be with my friends. And I have to trust that my friends are not going to like make fun of my legs or be like, ew, like your legs are gross. No one is going to do that, right? I would not do that to somebody, and I should not anticipate like a bad reaction to stuff. So go ahead, if you're packing right now for the cruise, pack the shorts. Pack the things that you want. Obviously, I have things.
Tank tops.
Not you. Not you. This is not a looking thing. This is a men in
I
tank
like
top
tank
things.
tops.
I know.
Okay. Can we move on?
Well, I was just gonna say, my arms are gonna be the same way. Not perfect. Guess what? There's tank tops coming. Brace yourself for them.
Well, then why can't I wear a tank top?
Because that was a long, like, men in tank tops. What are our thoughts? Everybody weigh in on
If
it.
everybody says yes.
Then you may still not have a tank top.
Okay. John said, got my Bell's Brownie Batter keto brick today. First time trying it. I
It's
think it's the
crazy
best one.
good.
I got 30 more sitting right down there on the floor.
They just came today, which was really great because
Yep.
it was like just in time.
I was so upset. I ordered these shoes called cross ticks or something like that. They're kind of like a water shoe, but kind of like a croc kind of thing.
An
And
alligator?
Paid extra money to have them delivered before the cruise. They were supposed to be here Tuesday, and nothing on Tuesday, nothing on Wednesday. I'm trying to call them and call them and call them. I'm messaging them, not getting like sporadic messages back.
You paid
And
for shipping to
I
be
paid
quick.
extra for shipping. And they finally come back to me today. Well, one of the colors is out of stock. And I'm like, well, when were you planning on telling me?
Never. It was a hard
And
conversation.
she's like, well,
we
pick
didn't
a
want to
different
have.
color. Okay, I needed them for 2 days ago because I'm leaving on a cruise tomorrow. Well, when are you leaving? Because we'll just overnight them to you. And I'm like, too late. Like, you're telling me that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon today. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Too late. Like, if you would have contacted me on Friday because I ordered it on Thursday, then everything. Oh, by the way, and they even said it was already shipped last Friday. And
Okay,
so whatever.
I am seeing a lot of cases made for your tank top friend. I know. I should not have opened this up.
You shouldn't have.
Here's
Now I'm buying a tank top.
Here is my bargaining with you. Just take the whole shirt off. I'm fine with
Well,
no shirts.
So here's the thing. You were talking about your legs and your arms.
Yes.
I have a lot of loose skin, especially around my stomach.
Yeah.
I have like loose jiggly stuff here, and I'm very embarrassed about it. And I see like our friend Miriam here said, I just got back from the store with 3 cover-ups and another swimsuit. Miriam like made my day because like when we were in Utah, she said like, you look fine. But again, she's a friend. Like she's just going to be nice, right? But recently, I guess it was a couple months ago, you and I went out on the dive boat and we put a picture up and I didn't have a shirt on. I didn't even realize you were putting that picture up because
Yeah.
I would have yelled at you because
Right.
I'm very self-conscious. Like I'll go in a pool and I'm wearing a shirt. The only time I take a shirt off is like when I'm putting on my wetsuit. And Miriam actually messaged me like, I'm
proud of
really
you."
proud of you
Yeah.
for not wearing a shirt because you look fine.
Like when your friend knows that like it's tough for you.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is good. This is cool. I'm proud of you. Like this is a big deal.
That meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
It really did. John said, 2 crazy ketos, will you be vlogging on the cruise? Yeah, we were discussing that this morning, and we are going to vlog on the cruise. We're going to do our best to. We're not going to make them really long because I don't want to spend the cruise editing videos.
Right.
So we're going to try to do short, like, hey, here's what we're eating. Here's what we're doing. I can tell you what we're doing now. We're doing all the shows. We've already got them all booked.
I'm so excited. I love
We're doing
shows.
all the conference stuff, which is basically on your travel day.
I love conferences.
And then we are doing, in Costa Maya, we're basically renting a golf cart and just going around.
We're going to drive appropriately.
Maybe. I bought the souped up one. Then we're going diving in Roatan. And then we're doing like the Mayan ruins when we're in wherever the other place is.
Don't tell me what all we'll see because I don't want you to ruin it.
Nice. So yeah, we are gonna vlog, but we did, as I was packing, decide like we're gonna phone vlog.
Yes.
I'm not gonna bring all our cameras. I don't want to lug all that. I'm already lugging all our dive gear,
I need sundresses.
and I don't want to be bothered with all the cameras. And listen, it's like a lot of electronics. Putting that in the stateroom, and then you got to worry about charging it, and you don't have as many plugs as you need. I mean, so we're just gonna use our phone to do the vlogging, but I think it'll be good.
I think it is going to be awesome.
Yes. Juju said, yes, it has bug net too, so minimum mosquitoes.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Joanna is watching while she rides her indoor bike.
Good for you, Joanna. I love this. Great job.
Evelyn said, you know what's funny? I gave my 14-month granddaughter a cookie, and a piece of bacon. She chose the bacon.
Oh my gosh, that is so stinking awesome. Does that feel like a super win or what? Recently, Michelle and John Paul are starting to introduce our grandbaby Peyton, who just turned 6 months old this week.
If I put up pictures of what she's eating, you would be like, can you please take that off right now? Like, just turn off the picture.
She's eating a lot of like, bone marrow mixed with beef liver. Pureed.
What do you think that looks like?
It's not good. It's not pretty. And so she has to feed her with no clothes on because she's like, you have to burn the clothes if you have her eat in the clothes. So but then she puts a little bow on her hair because it's like, you're still dressed for dinner, right? Like I think that is so stinking cute. But they would put out for her liver, beef liver, they've done chicken pate, that sort of thing. And then avocado. And they're thinking avocado is like going to soften the blow, right? Because it's got like, it's going to be more palatable.
No, she likes the liver better.
She likes the liver better. I've literally watched her be like, and then of just like beef liver. And so Michelle is like, is she hard of smell? Because I feel like we have to move now because she's having to slow cook all this liver. And she's like, the whole house smells like liver. And Peyton is just happy as a clam, which I don't even know how happy clams are. How happy are they? Have we
All I know is I'm super
that?
proud of Michelle and John Paul because like this kid's not getting no cereal, no fruit stuff.
It's
all the
crazy.
pureed baby. Michelle's making everything herself with like it said, beef liver and eggs.
Homemade beef tallow.
Excuse me, bone broth. I mean, she's getting all the meats.
All the meats.
So breast milk and meat. Couldn't get any better now.
Yeah.
Sabrina said don't take many sundresses so you can buy some on the trip.
Ooh, that's a good strategy, Sabrina. I like how you think. Because right now there's no room in my suitcase for any souvenirs.
Janice said weigh yourself and then pick up your suitcase and subtract. Well, we've got like one of those little hand scale things.
That is a smart hack though. That is really good. And then subtract. We used to do that with Tabitha. Until now, she's too heavy to weigh even with us. But, like, that's what we used to do when she was a puppy.
Jamie said, I throw out my insulated cups at the airport. There are 0 insulated cups in Ecuador.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, man.
Chris, loves dad cargo pants.
He loved dad cargo pants. But as he's, like, packing his suitcase, he realizes it's, like, those 32 cool pants. Basically, we're outfitted by Costco these days. And I found that there's like, apparently, the children are showing me that there's all these TikToks dedicated to the fact that young people are enjoying finding their fashion at big box stores like Costco. Did you ever think you'd find the day that like you'd have like a 21-year-old like cruising Costco for like, what am I going to wear this weekend?
Teresa said, like, I packed for Spirit Airline. You wear layers on the plane.
That is very smart.
Spirit Airlines, $35 to fly, $195 for your luggage.
Yeah.
Annette said, put some of your clothing in Joe's luggage. No!
Oh, Annette, yes!
You've already got some of your stuff in my luggage. I love it.
Hey, give this to me because we're reading these comments. I need this to prepare myself for the case being built for your tank top.
Serena said, remember parachute pants? They need to come back. No, they really don't.
Oh my gosh. So like I have noticed that a lot of like the 80s and like early 90s colors that I looked terrible in, like fluorescent pink and like the fluorescent lime green are way back. They are way back in. And I just don't, I look sick in them. They just don't pop on me. What color are you like, I cannot wear that color. No matter what, I can't wear it. Michelle says yellow is the color that she cannot wear.
Let's catch up on, we're way behind.
Sorry.
Mrs. G, Rachel, at least with dad cargo pants, you can put half your luggage in the big pocket.
That is true. That is true. I should make you wear your cargo pants tomorrow and then stuff those last minute things.
I'm wearing jeans because jeans are heavy.
Oh, okay.
Mama Cat, my husband's going fishing this weekend, so I'm on my own to cook. Do you have any experience in air frying ribeye? I would hate to waste ribeye.
Great question.
Honestly, this is sad. I've never air fried a steak, but Shauna,
I don't know
who's actually probably not in here right now because she's down with Heath and Shelly.
Air frying Auntie
message her
in our Facebook group, and also I don't think she's in Mighty Networks, but she's in Facebook family group. She air fries ribeyes all the time.
Yeah,
That's her primary cooking method.
I've never air fried a steak. Period.
Yeah,
I like
Serena's
the
like,
steak.
no thanks to that underwater hotel because I'm claustrophobic.
It's actually really big.
I'm sorry, but my mind would be on the fact that like
What
we're
was
underwater.
small was the
we're
Star
basically in the
Wars-
Titanic.
The Star Wars hotel that's now closing at Disney
It's
World.
closing.
Yeah. Well, where did you think you were going to go at $6,000 a night?
We are probably some of the biggest Star Wars fans you're ever going to meet. But like, I would really enjoy it if Caleb went ahead and got that master's degree.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that we can like help with both of those things.
Mad Vito, shoes first for sure. I always mix and match. I can wear a piece or shoes 2 to 3 times. Honestly, I only bring 2 pairs of shoes and wear sneakers on the plane.
That's smart. I am wearing my sneakers because I was thinking the way you are thinking for the pants. Sneakers are gonna weigh the most.
Joe said $2,500 a night. Holy mackerel, we refused to go when it used to be around $200 a night. Well, it is underwater. It's
That's
a
a
very,
selling
very
point?
fancy thing.
I feel like it should be cheaper.
It's by the Spiegel Grove and stuff, I think.
Here's what I would be up for instead. I noticed that they actually have in some countries like an igloo type thing. Like they basically make a hotel out of frozen things above the water. I'd be interested in that. I'd go with that. I'd go to that with you.
Lori said, 2 crazy ketos. It's my birthday on Saturday. I usually hate when people sing me happy birthday, but
Yes!
I would love it if you guys would sing to me.
Absolutely. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Happy birthday to you. And many more. So many more. Happy birthday, Lori.
Sandy said, everyone that's going on the cruise, have a great time. Me and my husband are leaving on the 9th for New Hampshire to visit the kids and the grandkids. That's
How
awesome.
nice. Oh, Anthony DiPatrio. I'm so excited about this. Good news.
Anthony said, a boring summer turned into wedding number 2. My oldest gets married on August 26th.
Wow.
I'm getting another son.
And I feel very excited for this son who's getting another dad because you are flipping
Amazing.
awesome, young man. And that is a very blessed man to be in your family.
Anthony, we need to make our plans for Universal Studios in October.
Yeah.
When we get back, you gotta let me know about that.
After the wedding.
After the wedding. Kat said only plans are getting away from here on the 4th to
Nice.
get the dog away from the loud fireworks going to the coast.
How nice. Yeah, a lot of times the dogs really just do not like that. Somebody was setting off fireworks when I was at Michelle and John's house on like Saturday night, I guess in preparation for Memorial Day. And Jenny is a hunt dog. Our grandpuppy is a hunting dog. And so she was out there thinking that it was like a hunt test. So every time she gets very confused, not like scared, but just confused of like, where? I do not see a bird. There is no bird. Why am I hearing like shots going off?
Donna said, Kelly Hogan has a video on air frying a steak.
Nice.
Air fryer to 400 degrees, 15 minutes. First 5 minutes are preheat. Cook 5 minutes on one side, turn over, and cook the additional. So 10 minutes in an air fryer. Okay, HLM, I wonder if Carnivore will get more results. Okay, so yes, Carnivore is the lowest in carbs you're going to possibly eat. It is not 0 carb, regardless of what everybody thinks. Carnivore is not 0 carb. There actually are trace amounts of carbs in meat. It's just they're trace amounts.
It's carbs and eggs.
But there's carbs in eggs. You know, you're going to get carbs. That's okay. If you eat shrimp, there's carbs in there. If you eat liver, there's a lot of carbs in there. But the carbs, you get more nutritional benefit from the liver than it outweighs the carbs that are in there.
Right.
Will you have great results if you go carnivore? Absolutely.
Is it sustainable,
Is it
though?
sustainable for you? For me, it's not sustainable. I can sustain it for a little while. I can sustain it for a couple weeks or a month. But beyond that, I want some jalapeno poppers.
Right.
I want a keto brick every once in a while. And that's okay. It's okay if it's sustainable for you and not for me. It's okay if I don't want to do carnivore. If you can make it sustainable,
you will have
absolutely
great results.
You want to go carnivore. If you don't think you can sustain it, that's okay. Eat keto. Eat mostly meat. That's our diet is mostly meat.
With meat.
Lead with meat. It should always be leading with meat. And then see where you're at. Now, if you have tried keto and you are struggling with keto, you are struggling to not eat off plan.
Right.
then you're not ready for carnivore.
Don't put yourself in timeout because you're mad at yourself and you're like, I'm going to beat myself out by going
'Cause
harder.
You're going to be like, life sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you are. You want to make it fun and enjoyable.
It's food. It's eating every day.
I love the way we eat. And because I love the way we eat, I don't miss everything that other people eat. I was on the dive boat guiding a family the other day. Actually, we were instructing them. And I'm watching everybody eat cookies and eat chips. And I'm like, I don't miss that. What did I do? I pulled out a bag of Carnivore crisps.
Right.
And started, and somebody came up, what is that? And I'm like,
ribeye.
This is beef potato chips. They're like, what? And I'm like, it's potato chips, but instead of using potatoes, it's beef. And they're like, that's interesting. And I'm like, I like that. It tastes great, especially when you put extra Redmond salt on it.
Did you share or were you like this?
I gave one, but
that's a lot because
it's kind of hard to sacrifice my meat when they're going, look at these cookies, they're so good.
Right.
Like, it's like, to me, it's a waste for me to give it to you at this point.
Right.
Like, it's like the kids. If you want to eat keto, fine, I am happy to give you all the meat. But if you're going to sit here and go, I want all that you have, but I'm still going to eat all of the sugar, then don't eat the stuff that I have because I can't eat what you're eating.
Right.
Or I choose not to eat that.
Yeah,
anyway.
stuff will, especially like keto pucks and stuff will just disappear. You're like, wait, where did that go?
My life as a carnivore and more. What are oxalates? Oxalates are things that are found in some of the different vegetables. A lot of times you're going to find them in things like peppers and jalapeno peppers. And they are basically a plant toxin. And when you're getting too many of them, it can cause some adverse effects. The bottom line is plants are trying to kill us.
Well, they don't, in their defense, they have no other defense.
Well, that is their defense.
That's their defense. They can't bite you. They can't chase you. They can't scratch you. So they can slowly poison you. To
Now,
be like, you don't want to be here.
Don't eat plants? No. I'm saying that plants should not be the majority of your diet.
What I found that most plants attack me by is giving me gas. They're like, fine, go ahead and eat me, and then you're going to be farty tomorrow. You're welcome.
Ran Can Cook said we had a chance to cancel our summer and fall trips. Hopefully next year we will be able to travel again.
I'm sorry you had to cancel it. I'm glad to see you though.
Annette said hand, pink waving hand, pink waving hand, pink waving hand. Rachel, put your shoes on in Joe's luggage.
I agree.
No.
I absolutely agree.
No. Are you bringing a pillow?
No, I didn't bring a pillow.
I've got a pillow pack, so you can't have it.
I know, but I really don't have space for a pillow.
You don't have the weight for a pillow.
Do you think they'll give you more pillows? Is this like a hotel where you could be like, I need more pillows and a towel?
But if there's 2 pillows in there, one of them is mine.
Yeah.
Plus I've got the one I brought.
Yes.
So you can't go, well, you brought one, so I get both on the bed. It doesn't work that way.
Could I trade you a tank top for a pillow? Just a little space on your pillow. How about that? Just my little tiny head with a big hat on it.
Amanda said, got through day 1 of beef butter bacon egg. I'm totally satiated.
Yay!
Scared to death to not count and track everything.
You can do this. You can do this. That is what it's about. The only reason to count and track is to do what? You're going to see it and you're going to be like, oh, that sounds like a lot. I'm going to stop, right? You're not going to find out what authentically full and authentically hungry is until you go ahead and take off the reins and go ahead and eat. And you are eating food that is going to be the least inflammatory and the least carb confusing. So you're in a safe space to do that. So this is the time for you to do it and authentically eat it until you're full.
John said, I've allowed myself to have some brownie batter keto bread because I know I have more coming my way.
Right. It's like you have to do it. It was so funny because John Paul was in the neighborhood. He lives about 2 hours away. So he was in the neighborhood working on some electrical stuff. And so he stopped by and Daddy was like, here you go. You can have some, keto bricks. And John Paul was like, because they love the brownie batter one too. And it was just like, what's happening right now. Like you're really like being very generous. And he's like, oh well, the new order just arrived. So it's like the same thing. As long as I know that I have new keto bricks to replace those keto bricks, I can be generous with my keto bricks.
Saskia said, have you ever noticed a weight gain from adding electrolytes in? I'm on Keto 2.0 after baby number 2, losing 2 pounds per month this time, and the scale says I've gained 2 pounds since adding electrolytes in. Make sure you're drinking fluids.
Right, to flush it out.
So water chases salt. So if you're consuming a bunch of electrolytes, but you're not consuming any fluids, then your body will actually hold on to fluid because it's going to basically use that fluid with the retaining. If you are consuming plenty of water, then what it's going to do is get rid of all the excess that you don't need. So just make sure you're consuming enough fluid.
Thank you so much for everybody encouraging people to hit the like button. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And also, if you're not subscribed to our channel, will you please subscribe to our channel? That would really bless us a lot. Thank you.
Annette said I have about 42 sundresses.
Yes. Okay, good. So I have plenty. That is good. I haven't packed 42, but I do have an appropriate amount.
Brandon said, Joe, I know you check and ship products. Have you heard of Prime? Prime drink. It's new. No, I have not heard of that. If you send us an email with it, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
Tracy said, Rachel, you've given me the courage to get shorts for the cruise and tank tops.
Yes.
I don't like my arms and my legs showing
Let's
either.
do it.
But I do like men in tank tops, but not flip-flops.
That's
good.
interesting.
I don't wear flip-flops because they hurt my foot because of the way I have to walk usually on the ball of my foot. I wear Crocs, which is painful to even say. Because for 15 years we made fun of everybody with people Crocs. And then I put a pair on and I'm like,
this is why they love them.
Linda said, let Joe wear tank tops. I love men in tank tops.
Man.
Tank tops for men, yes. And skin type, no.
Nope. Yes. Okay. So that is accurate. Like skin tight is not good.
No, I don't have the body for that.
Skin tight is, you do too.
No, I don't.
I love your body.
Joanna said sleeveless men's tops are nicer in my opinion. They're more classy.
Okay. So you have kind of like what I'm wearing right here where it's like it cuts off there.
Bubbles says hubby wears tank tops. Joe said no tank tops for men.
No. Okay, Joe.
Donna said Joe can wear tank tops. Let him shine.
Let him shine. This little light of mine, these little shoulders of mine, I'm gonna let them shine.
Diana said he needs to expose more skin for vitamin D.
I
get plenty of vitamin D. I will say that.
The only thing is, that is gonna make me like crumble my resolve about this issue because yes, vitamin D is muy importante. And if you can get more of it by wearing tank tops.
Yeah, Mary, I'm seeing this. People lately have saying that Ross has had Hokas.
I got another layer for you on this. The Hokas, did you get the navy blue ones with like the red and the gold? If you saw
Hokas in Ross and didn't get them
of course I would have got them. I haven't been in Ross.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I haven't been to Ross. I have been staying at Burlington Coat Factory. That's where I've mostly been. But yeah, the Hokas that I really always comment on the most that I like on you, which are like these navy blue ones with like red and yellow.
They're packed.
Okay, that's great. Somebody found those.
I saw that.
At a Ross.
Yeah, my orange and yellow ones need to be washed. I love them, but they get dirty.
They do.
Donna said, can someone explain what the brick is? Yes, here's a keto brick. Keto brick is a 1,000 calorie meal bar.
Thank you for allowing him to use the knife. He loves
This is a Bell's Brownie Batter one. They have several different flavors. But this is 1,000 calories.
And it does look like a brick. It resembles a brick.
You do not need to eat the whole thing in one sitting, although sometimes I do. So a lot of times I eat about a half of it. Rachel likes to melt them down into like 125 calorie pucks.
Right.
But this is 80% fat. It was designed by Robert Sykes, Keto Savage, and his wife Crystal for his own personal use because he is a natural competitive bodybuilder and he's looking for a way to increase his fat because he does it on keto, no carbs. He doesn't do carb loading or anything like that.
He's actually on a mission right now to be
the leanest man alive.
leanest
He wants to
man
get down to, it's like 4% body fat.
Yeah.
Which he has said is not healthy. It's just going to get there, get the title.
Well, get in the
it's
record
part of his
books.
Competition.
And nobody is believing in that space that you could do it without carbohydrates.
Yeah.
That's what they're thinking. So he's going to prove them wrong.
Yeah. So, so one of these is 1,000 calories. People use them they're great for like backpacking, things like that, because it's 80% fat. It's got protein in it. It's very low in total carbs. So you got to look at carbs for the calories. So like this brick, every brick is different. Some of them are as low as 7 total carbs. This brick is 13 total carbs, but that's for 1,000 calories. Okay. But for example, this is a special one. This is probably the best one they've ever come out with. Raw organic cacao butter. And then we have a steak shake primal protein blend, which is whey protein concentrate, beef protein isolate, egg white protein, medium chain triglycerides from coconut oil, beef collagen, desiccated beef organ blends, which is kidney, liver, heart, pancreas, spleen.
Yum.
Then we have cacao powder, natural flavors, stevia leaf extract, lecithin, and MCT powder, which is MCT oil and acacia fiber, and then cocoa powder. And this is super, super clean ingredients. Anybody who knows
delicious.
Robert knows he won't put anything in his mouth that's not very good for you.
But it's got the awfuls in it.
And it tastes like brownie batter.
But it's not awful.
And they have a lot of different flavors.
Nice.
And so we have a link down below for them if you're interested. The more you buy, the cheaper it gets. It's like $12 a brick, but if you buy, you get like 20% off if you buy, I think 6, 25% if you buy like 14, 24 or more, you get 30% off. If you use our link and then you use the code 2krazyketos, you get $12 off if you buy more than 1 brick.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we really, really like them. We've been using and buying them since Robert was making them in his kitchen, and he would say, I have 10 for sale, who wants them? And you'd go, refresh, oh, gone. Right. And then you had to wait 30 days to try to get one of the 10 that he had left.
Really was one of the very first products that we became aware of once we started keto. And there wasn't a lot of keto packaged products when we started.
John said, 2-year anniversary starting keto, lost 96 pounds.
Woohoo!
2 to 3 sizes off my jeans and shirts, more energy, less breathing heavy.
Yay!
Share pics before and after a Mighty Network for anybody who needs motivation.
Thank you for
so
doing that, John. That makes such a huge difference.
Amanda said, basketball top like a wife beater. I hate that term. I just hate that term. Wife beater undershirt. I'm not yelling at you. Just in general, people use
How
that.
did it ever become
I don't know.
a term?
I just don't like that term.
Yeah.
You know.
But but you know what they're talking about. That shape.
I do. Yeah.
So you're saying like, I think that probably the basketball, like a shirt that just has the sleeves cut off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably easier.
I like those. I just don't. Where did somebody come up with? Let's have this term.
No.
I'm talking about wife beaters.
I understand, but you're missing the point, which is there's 2 different types of tank top styles, and they're asking which one is the most like appalling to you. Is it the ones that are real true tank top, those ones that
I like tank tops,
or do you like just basically a shirt that has the shirt?
I like tank tops. You just don't like me in tank tops.
I know. It just.
Teresa said it's shelf stable, balanced macro and meal. Yeah.
Great way to describe it.
Exposing Darkness 2KK. Do you know if they will have blueberry keto bricks?
John Paul is hoping.
I don't. I honestly don't know.
I know.
I know Robert. When I talked to Crystal, she said the blueberry was her favorite, and she's hoping they make more.
Yes.
Hopefully she has influence on Robert.
And Rigel,
you would think she would.
Their son really liked the blueberry also. So that gives me hope also.
Unfortunately, we don't have inside information of that. Like, Robert, I will try to pry stuff out of him, and, man, that guy can keep a secret better than Apple. Like, I asked him, like, when are you getting brownie? Oh, I don't know. You know, maybe. I mean, I'm going to try to get the protein. When? I don't know. Could be months.
Could be years.
And then all of a sudden they show up at the house.
Could be never.
Lisa said, 2 Crazy Ketos, what do you think of the sardine challenge from Dr. Boz? I just have no interest in eating sardines.
If you enjoy sardines, and I know that, Lisa, you like seafood, right? You're into fish and stuff. I mean, you're very bold in even, like, liver. You make some beautiful liver dishes. So, like, if you enjoy sardines, I am all for it. Like, it's not going to hurt you. It's more of a case of, like, we don't really eat sardines because I'm just not a huge sardine fan.
Uncle Big Guy just
Love
received
you.
my first order order of element. Wondering, is there a difference in sweeteners in element and Relight are different? So they both use stevia. I find element to be sweeter than Relight's, a lot sweeter. I think that their natural flavors have more fruit juice in them.
Yeah.
And that is why they're slightly higher in carbs than Relight. So Relights are 0. I don't know about all the flavors with the new formulation. Before they were 0 or 1. Whereas Elements are 1 up to 3, depending on the flavor. And so, but I do find them sweeter, so I think they use a lot more stevia than Relight. I like them both, it just depends on the flavor. Some of them, like I like the Relight watermelon better than I like the Element. Element has chocolate, Redmond doesn't. Element has grapefruit, Redmond doesn't. But I like the lemon lime Redmond better than the Element.
So it comes down to like taste preference.
Lemon lime Relight, rather.
Jujube says, Joe, I'm watching from my hammock with a bug net, hence the mosquito comments. That's smart, because nothing is like getting bit by mosquitoes, and then like the rest of your week is done.
Tracy said, I took Joe's peanut butter cookies to my church community group last night, but I had to reduce the amount of sweetener. It is too
That's
sweet
nice
for
that
me.
you brought them, though. Thank you for bringing those.
Maureen said, I had a fantastic call with Rachel some time ago, and she she reassured me that after 2 years on keto and 3 months beef, butter, bacon, and trusting myself is my next step. Turns out, I'm not trustworthy. Back to triple BNA.
That is, you know what? You got that information, and then you're doing something with it. That is very important. Hey, Mama Chris is here. How wonderful to see you. Are you coming on the cruise? Because I know we're going to get to see Autumn.
Yep.
But, like, are we going
At a minimum, we're going to see her at Keto Palooza.
I know. I'm so excited about that.
I just know that when I get to Kentucky, to Louisville, there's going to be a hat sitting there waiting for me that says member of the advisory committee.
Do not give this man a visor.
Why?
I don't know.
I want my visor.
I'm afraid. Like, the
want my
power will
visor.
go to your head.
I want two things when I get to Kentucky. I want, like, my bro hug from
Richard?
From Richard.
Okay.
Which usually is a mauling attack from behind when you don't know it's coming.
I love it, right?
And
I don't
want my
let you
visor.
know.
I know.
I just wait until I hear the wind knocked out of you. I love it.
Petite, thank you so much for your Berkey video. So glad I didn't buy one yet. We'll be saving up for the Pro one instead. Okay,
Yeah.
I want to address something since you brought it up. Okay, we got some hate on that video. People are like, well, I think it was one person who was really trolling, but there were a couple of comments. Well, you recommended it. We bought them. Like, listen, Berkey never gave us anything.
No.
They don't give anybody anything. We didn't buy one, we bought 4.
Right.
We bought one for our house, we bought a travel one for our RV, we bought one for Rachel's mom, and we bought one for the kids for Christmas 2 years ago.
And we have thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's just
that
over the last year or so, the filter quality's gone downhill.
you know how it is when when a company maybe starts out and then like they just don't maintain.
They get too big for their britches, I think.
Yeah. And so
they used to be a very tiny company.
Right. And so then when it was like I couldn't reach customer service, and then we would start to get like 1 out of every 3 filters was not working correctly. And then when it was like, no, we're not going to submit to testing, I was like, why? Why wouldn't you?
And they've always been, they don't want to pay for testing. And if you look on their website, they say the testing is too expensive. And I think some of it is, and this is one of the claims, is they say that their filter technology is very secretive. And they don't want to tell anybody how they're filtering. And if they would submit it to testing, then everybody would know how they're doing it.
Okay.
And so they don't want that out there. But when you put it all together, and here's the thing, like someone said, well, you always had to do the red dye. You're right. You always did have to do the red dye, and it was a cool thing. And when it passed, it's great. But when you do it and then it doesn't work, and again, the same thing with the purging. I like the Pro ones. We bought them ourselves. They have not provided them for us. We actually bought a set that we were going to put into the travel Berkey and first, and it was too big. So then we ordered the travel Berkey ones, and we used that for a while.
Yeah.
And then we had the ones for the big Berkey, and we waited until we had time to make the video. But we used that travel one for a while, and I'm just really impressed with it because the water tastes great.
Well, what I was really thankful for is like you're always gonna see like a Berkey, the metal thing itself, like the gravity feeding system. I was really
There's
just
3 or 4
glad,
companies like that.
but I was really glad that I don't have. All I have to do is change the guts. I don't have to change the toilet, right?
Right.
Like I don't have to take out the entire metal thing and repurchase that. So I'm really glad that we were just able to find filters that fit. And anytime that we find a value, because now on top of it, we felt like they were working better for us and they were less expensive. So that is like the perfect
And they're based here in the
combination.
United States,
to
and
share.
they have the NSF.
That's what we like to
So
share.
for us, it just came down to that. Listen, I'm not going to recommend Berkey if I'm not using Berkey anymore. So
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, people have messaged us for a long time, going, "What are your thoughts on the lawsuit?" And honestly, I'm sure some of it is sour grapes. But there are some things like lately with the filters that we have not been happy with. So when it came time to replace the filters, we decided let's look elsewhere. And we did. So thank you for that comment. Overall, we're super happy with it, and we've been using it, and the water filters quickly, and everything comes out great.
Quiet Storm. Clams are happy because they spend their lives in bed. Get it? I love it. That is so good.
Let's see. Joanna said, I fed my girl spinach as a baby because I knew she wouldn't eat it when she grew up. She now eats very little veg, loves her meat, won't go keto.
But that's okay because, again, it's like while they're willing to eat other things, then like let them eat the things that you know are going to be the most nutrient dense. You know, at some point, you know, Peyton may be like, I like regular ribeye. The ribeye smells better than the liver, mommy. So like, I want the ribeye and not the liver. But like, while she's not arguing about like eating the liver, give her the liver. She'll eat it.
Mimi said, Joe, Rachel, the rest of the 2 Crazy Ketos family, and Chris and Miriam and Keto Chop family going on the low carb cruise, praying for traveling mercies.
Thank you so much. This is the first time I've been on a cruise, so I really appreciate your prayers because I'm a little nervous. Not like bad, but like just like I want it to be good. That's where I'm at.
Defense Wiz, all the 90s hot pink, floral yellow, lime green beach shorts are back in style.
They're back, baby.
It's all my favorite colors. My sponsor started carrying them again. It's like full circle because I signed with them in 1995,
and those were the colors. Do you feel like my mom, we were walking through a store when we went to the outlet mall recently in Orlando, and my mom was like, these are 70s prints. Why did I throw out any of my clothes? Because they all circle back around and come back. Did you feel like, man, I should not have thrown out those Umbro shorts that were like hot pink because they're back again?
Right. Yeah, Diana said sometimes you need to get rid of all sweet tastes to get over the sugar addiction.
Great point.
I absolutely agree. Like sometimes you have to go cold turkey from that. Quiet Storm, to play devil's advocate, some people like carnivore because your food choices are so simplified.
Yes.
Keto has so many options. Some people find it easy to go off track.
Absolutely.
I would absolutely agree. That's what beef, butter, bacon, egg is great. What can I eat? Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Lion Dad. What can I have? Ruminant animals and salt. Can't have anything else. Ruminant animals and salt. The thing is that when I got started on keto, you didn't have as much keto options out there. So
now there's lots.
It was... You ate meat. You ate vegetables. You know, if you wanted something, you made it at home. So, but there is an argument to that. For us, keto should be whole foods. If you want to incorporate other stuff, it should be occasional. If you want to have a cookie, a keto cookie, it should be occasional. It shouldn't be a part of your everyday life. It just shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to have the most success.
But I think that is like... That's common sense. I think people understand
Marnie said carnivore is best for me because I do better with simplicity and less options.
That's awesome.
And I mean, like Rachel, like I used to be able to put her on an egg fast and she would be totally happy. I would get bored. I need change.
Yeah. Whereas I can could do like triple.
You ate yogurt and oatmeal for 2 straight years.
2 straight years. That was it. Like two ingredients for 2 years. Like I was fine. So I could do triple B and E for life. But Joe is like, I just don't think I couldn't commit to it. I just couldn't.
Tracy says, since I increased my protein, my hair stopped falling out, but my fingernails are still brittle and breaking. Thoughts? Well, definitely protein is helping you. There could be some other things you're probably
May take
still
some time.
healing. You know,
You
I
had-
would look into like some biotin and stuff like that.
You had an issue with one of your toenails
Yeah,
that
but
took
that
a
came
long
from
time.
an injury, and I still have a problem with it.
But it's not as bad as it
was
used to be.
removed from me.
But it started getting better, but it took a lot more time than some of the other health changes that we experienced.
Yeah. Exposing Darkness is a like button reset after the live chat. I don't know. YouTube is weird with the like button. When you hit the like button, sometimes it could take a long time. So you'll have like 300 people in here. It'll say there's 25 likes, and then you'll turn around and say there's 150 likes. I think it gets behind. The other thing is you also have the dislike button, which they no longer tell you how many dislikes.
Thank
but I
the
love it.
Lord.
I used to tell people all the time, please hit the dislike button. If you don't like our video, hit the dislike button, because according to YouTube, it's still engagement. If you do I love it. My new response when somebody sends us some nasty comment, thank you for helping us grow.
It still hurts your heart, though. Like,
But,
it hurts your heart.
but they don't understand. You want to be nasty to me, but your comment helps us grow. So please keep leaving comments. I appreciate it.
Just don't let Rachel see 'em.
Serena said Prime is yuck.
Oh.
Okay.
I'd be willing to try it just to see.
Carolyn said, I've been on many cruises before keto. I don't know if I could go on another cruise and resist temptation.
That's good to know about yourself. Because, yeah, if you've had, like, I remember, you know what we passed? We were in Orlando, and we passed a Red Robin, yum. And Miriam is like, there are perfectly keto options in Red Robin, but every single time she found out she was pregnant, they would like celebrate, like after the first sonogram or something with Chris. She'd go out to dinner with Chris at Red Robin. So she was like, I can't go back to Red Robin. I can't see myself untangling all of the emotion and what we ate every single time. We were like excited and happy for a baby. There's too many memories wrapped up in it for me to go back into that particular restaurant. So if you know, like, hey, there's too much stuff that like went down on a cruise and I just can't go back to a cruise because I can't trust myself there, then like that is a very smart thing. To know yourself and to move forward with that information.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think the silliest thing is to be like, what works for somebody else must work for me. Right. Obviously, it has to. It's like, why? You're an individual.
Renee said, I'm with Rachel, not a fan of tanks and sleeveless, anything for guys, unless on the beach or under an uber hot vacay where they are uncomfortable. Yeah, I only want to wear it like in the water, because again, don't want to show my chest. But Rachel won't let me.
You didn't used to just wear it in the water, though. It was like a regular shirt.
No, I wore it if I was like working outside, and I never just
working outside or being outside or outside or
in my own yard. Like I didn't wear them to the grocery store.
You wore them to the baseball field.
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna find me a picture of it.
Okay. Judy said, enjoy the cruise. We were booked but canceled to close and chose to put money towards a car.
How nice.
The car got us to KetoCon in April.
How
That's
wonderful.
Awesome.
That was a very wise decision. The cruise is a week. The car is years.
Yep.
Right?
Renee said, the colors are awesome, but the models are what are more important, just saying, for Hokas.
Yeah.
Lord knows I would love cool colors, but many times my Hoka model on sale is usually colors I hate.
Yeah,
that's me too.
They can be very, very bright colors. Joe just normally
I like bright.
Likes bright. We were actually, those yellow ones, we were in Busch Gardens with Megan and Chris Miller, and we were trying to find you on a ride, and it was very clear that you had like Big Bird feet because it was like an orange yellow look. There was nobody else on the ride that had that same color shoes. So I like them. I love seeing them as like an identifier because I'm like, oh, that's my husband. I can tell by the feet.
Quiet Storm said Crocs, convenience and comfort, ugly as sin, but who cares?
Not me.
That's kind of how I feel now.
What happened was we had always like never gonna use Crocs, right? So Sarah, this is when Anthony and Sarah just started dating, and she came over to the house, and Tabitha promptly ate one of her Crocs.
She was a baby.
Her Crocs. And so we felt terrible about it. And so we immediately went to the store, to the Crocs store, to buy her replacement Crocs. And while we were there, Joe was like, hey, just for like laughs, let's try them on and see, like, what's the whole fuss about? He put them on. He was like, oh, man, they're awesome. And then it was like, we came home with Crocs for her.
I
And then
never heard the end of it.
Crocs for us as well.
Jessica said, Joe, you have to try the egg loaf French toast sticks with Steve's pecan sticky bun. I have. It's really good.
Ooh, Jacques is calling me out. How would Rachel feel if Joe told her not to wear shorts because he didn't like the way she looked? That is a very good, important point. And my answer to that is, I want him to take this shirt off and have no shirt at all.
That's not going to happen. Can we go back to Jesse's comment? Said,
Sure.
I've been making like that for a few months and my mother was convinced it was bread. That's awesome.
That is
It is
awesome.
really good with that.
I feel like that is a good flavor for it.
Okay. Kathy said the term wife beater reportedly became synonymous for an undershirt after a 1947 criminal case where a Detroit man was arrested for beating his wife to death.
Oh my goodness.
And newspapers printed a photo of the wife beater wearing a stained undershirt.
How fascinating. I never knew where the origin of that
either.
was. And I really, truly didn't know that it was older than like our generation. 1947, that's a long time ago.
It's not that I don't like the shirts. I just don't like the term.
Indigo Neely is here. Hello,
Joanna
beautiful.
said, white tank top undershirts remind me of my dad.
Aw.
He wore them under his work shirt back when men wore undershirts. I do not.
My dad always wore an undershirt. He didn't wear the tank top version.
My dad did too.
He wore the crew shirt.
Yeah, no, my dad wore both. He always wore them while working in the yard. Great memories of dad.
How wonderful. Yeah, and actually, it is my dad's birthday today. He would have been 77 years old. And so, yeah, June 1st. And actually tomorrow, please keep my mom in your thoughts. Tomorrow would have been their 55th wedding anniversary. Always kind of a tough couple days, the first couple days of June. And the way that my mom kind of handles it, she always makes sure that she's kind of busy the first 2 days, just to make sure that she's like productive.
Nilly said, don't you know, once you have a YouTube channel, you can't change your mind on anything.
Okay. All right. We did not get that memo.
I know. It is kind of comical.
It is.
Amanda said, for Pete's sake, really, you like the Berkey, then you found something you like better. That's allowed. I appreciate it. Helped me make my decision for my travel water filter.
Thank you.
I mean, and again, we used the Berkey for years. We were happy with it. We were happy with it. And, but when you find something better,
yeah, great.
I love my truck. My truck gets 10 miles to a gallon on a good day. So I also have a Hyundai Elantra hybrid because it gets 53 miles to a gallon. And I save more money on gas than my car payment. So do I want to drive my truck? Yes. I really wanted a Jeep because I could put scuba tanks in the back. But they don't get good gas mileage. So sometimes you have to make compromises, and sometimes you find something better, even though you really like the old thing.
Oh, Josephine's design says, my dad and husband wore the V-neck. My grandpa always wore an undershirt that was the V-neck undershirt. So that's interesting, isn't it?
That's what my dad wore.
What everybody's preference is for that sort of thing. I love it.
Yeah, Jujub said it's BS. Anyone can buy the filters and truly figure out the process and reverse engineer it. Yeah, well,
if you took it apart as a customer,
I would agree. That's just what they say.
Right, but I feel like if you were the company that was studying it, like a scientist researching it, you could take it apart.
Quiet Storm said Berkey users are kind of fanatical. It's a water filtration, not religion. Yeah, you're right. And here's the thing. What we like, people have said, why not use reverse osmosis, things like that. We just use a lot of water.
Yeah.
And so I used to have one years ago, but for us, being in South Florida and you look at hurricane season and things like that, I want something that is independent. You can pour it through. One of the things I love about the Berkey, my mom would call me and go, you have a hurricane coming. Do you have enough water? Yep, I got 15,000 gallons sitting in my swimming pool outside. Because you could literally take your swimming pool water and pour it through a gravity filter. It removes bacteria and everything, and you can drink it. If you have a reverse osmosis system, I can't do that. I have to rely on water pressure, and we have had times where we had hurricanes where you had no running water for a couple of weeks.
Nada. That was always a fun time.
That is why I really want a gravity system, because You could take lake water, you could take anything and pour it through there and have drinkable water. Our city water is horrible.
It is.
It is horrible. And we've tried the Brita filters, and again, you can't keep it filled fast enough. You know?
It's always a little bit like you have to kind of ignore it when you take a bath.
I mean, these things here, Rachel and I drink like 6 of them a day each.
Yeah,
It's always like, can you fill up all the bottles because they're all empty? Because we always wait until they're all empty, and then like, oh, there's none left.
Fill up again.
Juju said your next video needs to be a gravity feed system using a 5-gallon buckets using the new cheaper filter. Let's go. Come on.
Come on, MacGyver. I believe in you.
Keto Simple said, I hope there are hugs on the cruise and
Yay!
hanging out with the Hungry Heath crew.
I am so stinking excited. Yes, you better prep yourself. There's going to be some hugs.
Mary said, wow, Rachel's first cruise jumping in with both feet on the humongous ship makes a regular cruise ship look like a Tinker toy.
Yes. In fact, the gentleman that was doing my nails today was like, I've been on that ship. And so he was talking with me a little bit about like, the things on the ship, the things that he enjoyed. And like, I really appreciated his insight. And he was like, it was a really smooth ride because of just its size. You don't have to worry about it like bouncing around a lot. So he was actually, I was so excited for him because he's about to take his 5-year-old son for the first time to Magic Kingdom next week. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting and also a little bit terrifying, right? Like when you're taking the littles to Magic Kingdom, it's so hot sometimes just getting packed. So we were able to like swap advice because he's like, any pointers for a dad taking a 5-year-old to Disney World? I was like, pull up a chair.
Bring your bank card.
Pull up a chair. I got lots of advice.
Get another job.
That's right.
Teresa said, question, I put Element in 48 ounces of water, 1 or 2 a day, and also drink about 48 ounces of water per day. Do I have to drink more water? No, that's plenty.
No, that's great.
Drink when you're thirsty, but just when you're using a bunch of electrolytes, make sure you're drinking water. One of the things I like about things like the Element and the Relight and buying it that way is I put a packet in water. I usually put it in like 16 to 24 ounces of water, and then I know I'm getting fluid instead of just like doing capsules and stuff. We will use capsules on occasion.
Yes.
We use the Redmond ones, and we really like the Keto Chow ones, but I make sure I'm drinking a bunch of fluids when I'm doing that. Mary said, once you learn to eat for hunger, any fatty protein type food does the trick and quickly. Learning to hear my hunger signals was the key for me.
Same for me. And so, and something that I've talked about more recently is Triple B and E really helped me to understand when I was full, the next step was being comfortable with learning what was hungry. So me just like eating all the things all the time, it was like, that's great that I'm like eating this and I can feel full, but I had to also be willing to tap into some hunger cues as well. And you don't get hungry until you stop like completely being full all the time. Right? So it's been a big learning curve for me.
Tina said, if I feel like I can't give something up, that's when I do it. For example, I quit coffee for 30 days. Now I drink 1 cup per day and I delay it for 2 to 3 hours from wake up. Also did plain Element for 30 days.
That is exactly my policy as well.
You should have seen, so we're in the middle of a challenge, or not a challenge, but an experiment for a product.
Yeah.
And to do this experiment right, you had to eat at the same time, 2 days in a row. The same exact meal, like down to the gram, like the same amount of grams of this and this and this and this and this, whatever we decided to eat.
Right.
And like 3 times we tried to do this. We were supposed to do this like a month ago. 3 times we tried to do this, and Rachel would get up in the morning
and just robotically
make a cup of coffee at 5:30 in the morning.
And he's like, dude.
And I'd come out and I'm like, we can't do the experiment again.
You can't drink coffee.
You can't drink any coffee till 9 o'clock. What?
Like, I know. So I finally did get it done, but it was just like, it's so robotic to me that I'm like, I get up, I make my coffee, I drink my coffee.
But that's when we get to that point, that's when we're like, okay, let's kind of get off of it for a little while. That's where we're like, you know what? maybe a can of heavy whipping cream or a can of whipped cream every other day. It's
Probably not
not
great.
the greatest thing.
Probably not the
Maybe we
best.
should go a couple months without having it.
Right.
You know, John said, love the channel. I can't do a cruise. A friend of mine went on a cruise and his wife gained like 15 pounds, which is not good because she has 100 pounds to lose. I sent her your channel to start on keto.
Wow,
Well,
thanks
you
so
very
much for sharing that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know that there's a lot of food on a cruise. I mean, now, here's the thing is you can absolutely do keto on a cruise. We're going to show that because we're going to do keto on a cruise.
Yeah.
Not everybody
Keto every
will
day,
say,
Mary T.
I know people, not everybody will stay keto. And
that's
is
okay.
perfectly fine.
Oh my gracious.
Right?
We are not the police officers
Again,
of the cruise.
I just like my meat and I'm good with my meat. I'm not going on the cruise to eat. I'm going on the cruise to hang out with friends and have a good time and celebrate our 15th wedding anniversary. And this is going to be a great way to do it. And so what we choose to do is focus on all the cool, fun activities and the people that we're going to get to hang out with. And you know what? The food is the food. It's just like, at home. It's just food.
Now, I will say, with that said, that I am hoping for some seafood. And I don't mean like the ones that are chewed up and then you like show your tongue. Seafood. But like
there's 3 pounds of lionfish in the freezer.
Actual seafood. Like I love me some shrimpies and I would love me some fish. If they have crab. Like, what do you guys think? What's your favorite seafood?
Debbie said, where's your recipe for your egg loaf? We have an old one on our website, and so there's also a video. I think it's called French toast, keto French toast.
And all you have to do is
take that, add 2 more eggs, and keto chow. When we get home, we're going to make a standalone video.
Yeah.
But just like this week, not the week to do it. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Quiet Storm, no need to feel blue anymore. Now we have
Indigo.
I
love that. That is so true, too, because she makes everything better.
She does.
Everything.
We got a podcast coming out with her next week.
Wait till you hear it, because
Amanda
she's amazing.
said, oh man, those anniversaries are tough for those of us spouses in heaven. My heart goes out to your mom.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you ready to get off?
I am ready to make sure that we have all of the things packed. That we make sure everybody's got their identification, passports, all of the things that they need for it.
We're going to end on the HLM's question because this is a great question. Do you think it's okay to do keto and then carnivore and then go back to keto?
Absolutely.
That's what we do every day.
Yep.
Or every week. That I would say that's ketovore. Ketovore
Yes.
is eating whole foods, mostly meat, but incorporating other things, mostly vegetables, things like that. But that is perfectly fine. That's keto. Okay, we're gonna end with this. We're gonna really annoy hardcore carnivores who probably aren't watching this because they're hardcore carnivores who think you can't have anything other than salt.
I liked how Carnivore Werewolf put it.
Yeah, but he's not a fanatical, like, I'm better than you.
Oh, okay.
And nobody watching our channel
Right,
is.
is
If
like
they
that.
are, they're just here to troll. Because the carnivores, again, not against carnivores. The carnivores who are watching this are about community.
Exactly.
Okay. Carnivore is keto.
Yes.
Okay? It's just a stricter form of keto.
There you go.
Okay, that's all it is. Carnivore is keto. Understand that eating keto is anything that's going to put your body into nutritional ketosis, keeping your carbohydrates so low that your body begins to use the fat for fuel. So if you're eating carnivore, it's just a very, very low form of keto. And it doesn't include vegetables.
There you go.
And it is fine to switch back and forth. People who, like us, I'll do beef, butter, bacon, and egg for a month. That is carnivore. And then I won't do it. And I'm going to add some jalapeno poppers in it. What it is not okay to do is to do keto and then go to standard American diet. And then do keto and then go to standard American diet.
That's gonna
and then
frustrate
do
ya.
carnivore. That's what's going to screw you up. If you want to have a week of eating meat and then a week of eating meat and vegetables, or if you want to have one day I eat meat and one day I eat salads and chicken, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Just keep your total carbs under 20 to 30 each day.
Yeah, that's a good.
And that'll be
It's a good range.
Do great there. And if you want, you can also reach out to us when we get back. Right now we have it turned off. And we do offer a free discovery call if you're interested in doing coaching. But right now, because we're traveling this week, obviously, you can't make any appointments for the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Next week's Keto Be on the Couch will be pre-recorded, and we probably will not be in the live chat. We will release it at 10 o'clock.
Right.
But we will not be probably live in the chat because
we'll be in the conference.
We'll be in the conference because it is on Monday. But there will be a Keto Be on the Couch because it's the only thing we've never missed.
We've never missed it.
And it will go up on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a great night, guys.
We love you.
Bye.